Hello everybody and welcome, my name is Ursa Ryan, and if you are a Civ 6 YouTuber, you kind of get asked this quite often. What does your Hall of Fame look like? Now, I actually didn't know what this was and I had to Google it and felt pretty appalled when I realised exactly what it was. If you go into additional content here, you can go into the Hall of Fame. And the revelation for me, as somebody who has, how many hours have I got? 1,096 hours in this game. It's not the biggest amount, if somebody who does this is sort of like a hobby, but it's still a lot of hours. There are a lot of people here that I have not yet won a game with. And I don't entirely know how this works, because if I were to go onto like Rise and Fall, for instance, do you see how this has nothing on it? Or if I go to Standard Rules, for instance, this also has nothing on it as well. I don't believe this. I know for a fact that I've won a game with Korea, and I know for a fact that I've won a game with the Zulu. I know for a fact that I've won a game with, where are you? Teddy Roosevelt. So all of these things, all of these people I just haven't won games with. It just doesn't feel like enough. 4 culture victories, 2 diplomatic victories, 4 dominations, 2 religious, 7 science. It doesn't feel right. Eleanor of Aquitaine just gives the most crazy of victories once it gets going. And actually, there's still one here as well, that Scotland played 1 time, not won. Cough. So I think, while we're doing the big games that everybody's watching and really enjoying, and the big TSL games, in the meantime, whilst I do this little tutorials and little off things, I'm going to be subtly trying to fill in this as much as I can. And I think we're going to start today with a little bit of Teddy, because I have not played America in so long, and you know what? I just really fancy it. That Rough Rider promotion, the Mustang, Founding Fathers, all those wildcard slots and diplomatic favour and extra combat strength on your own national oh, goodness me. America are weird. They're really good at just existing, so domination's pretty good on your own continent. They don't really have any abilities outside of their own continent. They're just sort of general Civ. They've got a lot, however. 100% tourism pressure towards this city, towards other civilizations in the modern era, so you get a little bit of a boost from the film studio. They're not really anywhere. They're just kind of middle of the road, but that's fine. We don't mind middle of the road. If you want to join in with me, this is what we're going to do. We're going to play a continents and islands map, huge, standard, low sea level, online speed, 18 city-states, 2 disaster intensity, and we're going to go for this game seed and random seed here. Come on, join in with me. So I'm not really sure what sort of map we're going to get, other than the fact that there's obviously some large continents with 12 of us on them, and then lots of smaller islands around. So I know that I'm going to get at least a little bit of problem with some people on my continent. That's just inevitable, but luckily for us, we're America, which means anybody on Vendian is going to have a massive combat penalty against me, or -5 to, well, actually no, I get +5, isn't it? Which is enough to at least get rid of the Deity penalty. It's not huge. The Rough Riders though, +10 combat strength when fighting on hills is absolutely amazing. It's really good. So we're basically going to use Roosevelt powers and Founding Fathers to kind of try and take over the continent. We need to spread and settle as much as we can. That's going to be the big priority for us. So we're going to try and probably go for a Magna start, unless we're really penned in, which hopefully we won't. Huge maps are generally pretty big. And I can see we've got at least 1 grassland hills next to us. We've also got another plains hill, so we've got some decent enough tiles that we can work to help get those settlers out. So you know what? We're just going to found good old Washington in place where it is, and let's just get our warrior up and running. Now, what sort of things have we got to improve? Realistically, I think I'm going to go for the scout start, just so we can see what's around and about us. Are we going to go for a religion? I don't necessarily want to go for a religion. I don't think it's worth it, really. I think animal husbandry would be quite good, so we can see where horses are, and then settle towards those, because horses are very important. We have found Zanzibar, and we're thirsty to find them. Few. That's quite good. Anyway, that's brilliant in the sense that we get a nice 4 gold per turn. We've got an ally, and Zanzibar are pretty good. Cinnamon and cloves. Yeah, that's a lot of amenities if you get them on side, so good. Good start. I think we might treat ourselves to a double scout start. Let's get this one down to investigate down this river, and then, yeah, we'll get another scout going. I think that's the best idea, and then we can see whether or not we get lucky on horses as to whether or not we need to rush a builder through. Okay, we haven't got a notification, which means there's no horses in the immediate area, but I can see one down here and then one here. So, okay, we've got at least some horses, and we should probably go and settle those, you know, as quickly as we can kind of get hold of them, really. I see I'm just sort of spilling my units out, trying to investigate as much as I can along the rivers, because obviously the rivers are going to be where we end up settling, probably. Pottery is my next one, so I can get writing up next, get myself some campuses, because I do not want to be left behind on science. Okay, you head up in this direction. We're going to go see how the coastline looks for us. And I'm just going to jump in and immediately try and get myself a settler. I mean, the capital's not in a bad location, but it's not exactly, well, it's not the best. So yeah, settling towards these mountains might be a good idea to try and get a little bit of science going. Always go for God King. It's always the best thing to do. Actually, survey. We'll head for survey for now until we meet some barbarians that might give our scouts a little bit of a promotion. But yeah, always go for God King. You never know what's going to happen until you try and identify that first pantheon. You can normally get some pretty good stuff from it. Look at this. The Himalayas. There's just an amazing range of mountains. Maybe Mount Everest will be around here. Have to keep an eye out for that one. Is that another continent? It is. There is a second continent. Okay. I mean, that's intriguing. I'm not entirely sure about that in the sense that, well, I don't really want there to be another continent. I kind of want everybody to stay on the same continent so that I can kill everyone. Well, that is a turn 11 Great Bath. Somebody has got a lot of production. Lot of production. Oh, my first barbarian. Oh, my first barbarian camp. We should go and kill that immediately. Can I just say, there has been a shocking lag of tribal huts. I've not found a single one so far. A single one. Terrible, that. Absolutely terrible. I'm going to go head towards these horses, I think. That's probably not a bad move. These are grassland floodplains, but if I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I could settle on the floodplains. It gives me more options for like dams and things later. So I'm not necessarily worried about that, but yeah, settling next to these horses is probably going to be quite fun. I need to get a monument going because the tiles that I'm working at the moment are just not very good. I really need things like this rice. Yeah, and like pastures, which are, yeah, I need more culture. Harold Silgerson, the Viking. Oh, I wonder which direction I found you. Oh, in this direction. Okay. So, the Vikings are over to the west. Go west! Are they on my continent? This is going to be the important thing. No, they are not on my continent. This is a different continent. Interesting. I don't have a very big boost from this. Oh, that's really annoying. If I was thinking at all about getting a religion, Norway is already working on a religion, so you know what? I'll leave them to it. Somebody already has 3 great scientist points. That's nuts. How have they done that? Can I just say, it is really, really annoying that we've settled next to somebody who is also blue. Why couldn't it give me any other colour, you know? Blue and blue on the same continent. Very boring. New York, New York. So good they named it twice. I don't care. Get a builder in. Actually, I'm going to start to do that thing where I start getting monuments in as well. I really, really, really want my culture to be much higher than this so I can actually start getting towards that first government. Otherwise, I feel like I'm going to get ganked by Norway. China! America's mortal foe. Where are you? Exchanging capitals. Oh, you're up this way. Xi'an. Okay, so we've got a couple of people on my territory which are likely to be quite strong. Like, China just normally plays so well at this game. Very strong AI. Survey is useless and it winds me up every time I put it on, so I'm going to put discipline back on immediately. God King as well, come on. I'm done with you now. You need to accept the fact that I'm ready to... I want a pantheon. Let's go for early empire craftsmanship. Oh, I was waiting for the Eureka boost on craftsmanship. I think I just need to get it now. I might get the kill through barbarians boost for it. I think that's the second one. And that's military tradition. I've got the encampment, which is a good thing. Okay, we've got to keep an eye out for a third barbarian that we can kill. Maybe the scout can go and kill... Yes. Oh, on a home continent as well. Is that so? Indian? No, hang on. No, this is the continent. What is this telling me then? Oh, this is visibility. How confusing is that, right? This is a dark grey colour. This is a dark green colour. And then this is the green over here. I mean, come on. Anyway, Norway are on my continent. That's awesome. Are China on my continent as well? Yes, they are. Oh yeah. Brussels is right next to Norway. Let's have a guess about how long we think they're going to last. And not long. Oh, trigger an early inspiration for early empire. I'm going to do that just anyway. I've already got 5 pop. Nice. Here's the Pantheon. What are we going to get that's going to push us through the game? Can we get the settler one? No, of course we can't get the settler one. Not even the builder one. The 2 tiles from Breathtaking Appeal. Now, I've got a lot of floodplains, so I have a feeling that's not going to work well for me. No, we don't have many decent appeal tiles as it is. I mean, a couple of plantations, but mainly, look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pastures. And more horses to boot in various places. You know what? I think I might actually get the God of Pastures. That's actually quite useful. Yeah, whereabouts is this one? God of the Open Sky, +1 culture from pastures. I might actually embrace that. Let's use this to get myself a little bit more early game culture. Delightful. Let's get 1 quarry. That'll boost masonry. There we go. I'm just keeping an eye on all the things that we can boost. Washington, I think I might just get let's get 1 campus just so that we've got at least 1. Oh, there's no decent campus around, so what's the point? No, you know what? Let's go for a settler. Ah, damn. I don't know why I rushed campuses, because at the moment that's a totally pointless tech. It attacks my scout. I was just hoping a barbarian would be left on like 0 health around here, just so that I could skulk in and get the bronze working boost. Oh, and there's a scout over here as well. Okay, that's only a minor victory one, but if I start to surround it, I might be able to take one out. So you know what, I'm just going to switch from bronze working briefly. Let's get irrigation, because I'm about to boost that one with this builder. It might just work, you never know. Oh yeah, no, they attacked me in various places. Oh, but I can't get the kill anywhere. That's really annoying. Level you up. And he's on full health. There's a barbarian over here that's pretty low as well. We do 1 attack and then follow up with a major defeat. Damn it. This is good. We may actually be able to rush that through. Delightful. Quickly boost this one. Irrigation boosted. Lovely. Washington's 2 turns off finishing its settler. That'll be the 3rd city up. But really, Magnus is what I need, and I need him in quick. Yeah, I did it. It attacked me. So there you go. Bronze working is now done. Have I got lucky on iron? Have I got any iron? No iron around here. No one around it. Oh, there's loads of iron here though. Okay, right, so there are places I can do. I need to start thinking about where I'm going to settle. Yeah, so here's the plan. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 places I can see to settle, and we're going to keep an eye out for islands as well. I also need to make sure that these 2 cities, New York and Washington, get the harbour districts built, because if I don't get harbours, I'm going to have very limited access to the sea. Magnus, it's one of those games. I need you in. I need you building settlers ASAP. Thank you very much. Oh, and thank you for leaving that for me. That's lovely. Oh, right. Run away. Oh man, a flood just wiped out tons of my New York population. Ugh. Well, I think it gave quite a lot of additional, what is it called, like tile yields to various bits and pieces. So it's not the worst, but ouch, that always hurts when that initially goes down. Ugh. Just trying to actually think about districts a little bit, just so that people can see that, you know, I do actually consider it from time to time. I think a couple of builders in Washington are needed to just clear some of these forests away. My first +1 cultured pasture, very handy. Actually will help me get that first government up and running nice and quickly. I can also quickly get provision in now. There we go. Settlers. I think the next... Yeah, let's find a government. I haven't found the 3rd city-state yet, which is a little bit frustrating. We'll go see if we can find that. Can't be too far away. Normal era. Oh yeah, let's go for free inquiry, because I'm likely to get that sort of stuff up and running quickly. We've also got this builder that can go boom, and put 3 turns into a settler. This settler I've got just sort of disappearing up north because I actually want to start blocking off the settling avenues. Like this settler here, this city would have absolutely no housing at all. And actually I think that the settling pressure is going to be too much for it now, -2. No, I'll probably get away with that, but I want to block Norway off like quickly. I don't want them to sort of go for me too badly. I mean, it's likely just to antagonise them, to be fair, rather than anything useful, but we'll see what we can do. So in comes the settler. I'm going to just settle on the top of this geothermal vent because it gives me the extra science per turn, and it's also very good for adjacency to campuses at a later point. Now, scouts, warriors, you just need to go off into the middle distance, find me another city-state. It can't be that hard. And of course I am treating Boston to a monument. They're really, really good things to spend your initial gold on because it just helps to get that initial sort of range of extra tiles, helps to push towards things like political philosophy, keeps pace. Oh look, China like me because I don't have any wonders. This might actually be a really good chance to get in with China. Right, send delegation, yes. Make a deal, open borders, yes. Now, they actually like Norway. That's exceptionally weird. I wasn't expecting that. Right, now that settler's done, we can just build the government plaza in here. Nice. Hey! Actually, having China on side is really, really, really good. It gives me a bit of leverage against Norway if they do attack me, which they may do. It is possible. Political philosophy. We're actually going to jump on oligarchy because A, it's got one of these diplomatic policy slots, which have of course become wild with our American abilities, but also I want to get oligarchic legacy for later in the game so that all my units do a lot more damage. Look at this, 2 wild cards. Oh, lovely. Right, colonialization, urban planning, I think is definitely the best combination. We're going to go for Gogi as well, just to keep an eye on our military in case we do need to galvanize it nice and quickly. Oh look, there's a scout there. And I think settler loyalty pressure, -6 in that direction. You know, it's a terrible spot. So if Norway grab it, I don't mind. We can always just take it later. But yeah, we'll just keep settlers coming for now. And actually, yeah, let's get the Ancestral Hall to get production towards settlers in the city. Is that the one to do? I think that's probably the one to do. I'd rather go and settle. There's more islands out there to settle, so I want to just keep an eye on that. Oh, and now I just found my flippin' 3rd city-state, haven't I? Anyway, train a spearman, send a trade route, recruit a great engineer. Train a spearman is actually not unreasonable request. Yeah, I'm just going to do that quick. Why not? I'm also flipping away from wheel because I'm about to improve this one. I want to think about getting horsemen because in case, yeah, as I say, I want to be able to just train a bit of an army and go kill Norway quickly. That would be a good result. Kabul. Is that the double military experience? Yes, it is. And Cahokia gives us the mounds. Wow. Lots of cool stuff appearing now. Yeah, you know what? I'm just going to settle on this part of the river here. Chicago will do nicely. Now that I've got Magnus up and running, Pingala is the next one. I need to actually get some science in, and New York has got the population to sustain a pretty decent Pingala output actually, so we'll keep an eye on him. I'm going to just drop a single envoy in here, because that +2 production towards settlers is really, really going to help once Washington gets up and running. Yeah, I like that. And I didn't also... I forgot to get the monument in. 16 culture. Not bad, actually. Not bad. Check out the continent as well. All of this is mine. I love it. They will all bend the knee. Now, who's this? Georgia. Oh, that's interesting. Georgia don't necessarily go too aggressive. Love to sample hospitality. And Pound Maker. Alright. Good to know. So there's Georgia and there's Pound Maker. So this continent is actually bigger than I thought it was. Let's see if we can chuck delegations their way quickly. No, they don't want deals such as these. Might be able to get open borders down their necks though. Yeah, got open borders with both of them, so it might be able to get 2 friends. We shall see, however. There is the marble up and running, so we've got 2 sets of amenities, and next turn the spearman will give us the envoy or the suzerain status with Zanzibar. Otherwise, I want to make sure I go towards feudalism. Feudalism is really, really important because it gives me tons of builders. Zanzibar bows to America. Yeah, you bet it does. I've now got +4 diplomatic favour because I've got 2 wildcard slots. This is really, really, really good. Right, now I can send a delegation to Georgia. Now we've got Georgia as a friend. Come on, Poundmaker. You love the fact that people are like friends. Was it Iron Confederacy? Tries to form multiple alliances. So as soon as I get an alliance, Poundmaker will jump on board. That means I'm going to get 3 alliances against Norway. This is setting up to be a pretty decent Norway conquest simulator.